Humans aren't born out of laying around on their asses. We've been born out of conquering a world. We're the dominant species. We built all this. We're powerful, and we're beautiful, and we're ready to build the next level of civilization in God's plan. But you must stop bowing to those who want to make you a victim. You must become the victor. If you love God and you want to build a pro-human future, then you are an enemy of the New World Order and Satanism. They want us shut down because we have the Spirit. I'm jacked into the source. I know the secret, and I want to see you empowered. But you have to believe in yourself first. This is the truth, and everyone knows it.
Ladies and gentlemen, human beings are pattern recognition machines. So it's very odd when you see an industry or a studio or a particular set of writers, game developers, play testers, community managers, when you see them making the same mistakes over and over and over, and it ends up costing people their job, it costs them their reputation, billions of dollars, people posit a question. Why? Why do you do the same thing over and over and expect a different result? That's the definition of insanity, and there has never been a good explanation. A generic shooter game in 2025 that you put a fortune behind, even with a name like Bungie behind it, that is pretty much everything that people don't want. Now, I know that this is going to piss some people off, but let me just break it down for you. If Marvel Rivals has proven anything with their massive success, people want a game that is colorful, dynamic, fast-paced, fun, interesting, doesn't have overly egregious microtransactions and monetization. And here's the big one, and this is going to be the controversial statement of the day. They don't want it to be gay. They don't want it to be woman power, feminist, rah-rah sisterhood, LGBTQ bullshit in any degree. In any degree. Actually, maybe I should walk that back to any degree, because if there is a slight amount of flirtation amongst the hottest characters, that could lead to something, but you have to understand that that decision would have to be made for the male player and not to promote to lesbians. Because, let's just be honest, no guy wants to watch a couple of chicks hit each other. I'm sorry. Yeah, domestic violence in the lesbian community is disproportionately higher than everywhere else. I'm just making a domestic abuse joke. Sorry. Anyway, but yeah, if you made a couple of chicks that are hot, that have big tits and nice thighs, and they're, interacting, and they're like kind of flirtatious, but, you as the main character could go in there and, they'd be okay if it were you, but only you. Like, that's the type of lesbianism that people will accept. A bunch of fat, ugly chicks with pink lipstick, like, what Concord tried to do with that fat black chick who's supposed to be the tank, or in Overwatch, that fat white chick with the pink hair. Like, if you make your character look like an absolute pig and she's a lesbian, people are going to be like, God, get me out of here. They don't want it. They want cool, interesting male characters. They want sexy, attractive female characters. And by the way, what appeals to people changes on an individual taste basis. And what I mean by that is, there are some guys that like really big tits. Some guys that like really big tits. They like a more like demure, long hair, sort of submissive type in a game. Some people like the more, how would I say it, like the Faye Valentine look from Cowboy Bebop. Some people, there's so many different body types in anime and comic books and video games. People like a lot of different diversity, but it has to be diversity that actually looks good. It can't be the type of diversity that you're used to if you're a freak that works in the gaming industry. So anyway, without further ado, Let's watch the trailer here, and then I'll give my commentary. Oh my god. That's not an oh my god how cool. That's an oh my god how slow. Like, look at this. This is like Matrix slow motion effects. Look how slow it is. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Oh, yeah. I hope you didn't put much money into this. Oh.
Death. The end of all things. But the dream is not over. My dream. Yours. Now. Run.
It looks so generic. It looks so generic. Oh my god. I keep saying oh my god because I don't really have anything else to say. It's actually shocking. This is from Bungie. Their next big multiplayer game. I don't know if this is going to be the next Concord, but this looks slow. It looks boring. It looks unimaginative. I have a bad feeling about this. I don't know, maybe. I just... Why is it so slow? Yeah. Of course, it's like... Make me feared, ferocious. Will make me God. I mean, yeah. So, I know that some people look at this and they won't think it's a big deal, but it is a big deal. It shows that these people are godless freaks. They're a bunch of self-worshipping weirdos. Some people, I guarantee some people say, you're overreacting, you're overreaching. No. No, I'm not. They put in this sort of stuff. They just throw it out there. Because, truthfully, these people do view themselves as their own God. They don't have any faith. They don't have any spirituality. They're husks. Which is why they'll believe anything. They'll stand for anything. They don't have core convictions. Whatever the group says, whatever I feel like in the moment. Yeah, no, these people aren't gods. These people are demons. And they are the antithesis to righteousness. Looks like shit. Looks absolutely atrocious. I mean, nothing in here impressed me. And this is from Bungie. It's like all the characters are like we're not gender this, we're gender nothing. Oh, our designs are all like, look how terrible the designs are. Like, look at this. Look at this. Who on earth is going to want to play as this thing? Oh, who's going to want to play as this thing? Now I feel like I'm just being mean at this point. Who in their right mind is going to be like, yeah, let me buy this. I want to play as this freak here. I want to play as this freak here. No, you can't stop me. I want to play as this abomination. Holy shit. Like, this is the state of the gaming industry. Do you know why people are okay with paying $80 for Mario Kart? And I know this is going to get me some backlash from people. The reason why people will pay for games like Mario Kart $80, the reason why people will buy the upgrade for Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild is because those games are at least innovative, interesting, unique. They're at least something different. You know, you could say, well, Tears of the Kingdom is very much like Breath of the Wild. No, sure. But there's so much more added to that game that really changes the whole fundamental nature of the experience. With the mechanics of being able to craft things, having a battery to propel it, to make your own objects. Now you got a QR code that you could send to a friend and they could import your designs in the game. Like, there's so much innovation in these games, and they're interesting and vibrant and unique and feel good to play. Polished. But on the other side, you've got this shit. I mean, I wouldn't play this game for free. If they have put in as much money as people are talking about they put in, if they put in as much money as people are talking about they put in, this is one of the worst decisions they could have made. How on earth do you not know that this isn't going to work? And some people say, well, yeah, but no, there's no excuse for this. This looks atrocious. This looks atrocious. I mean, there are times where I think that, well, I just think that these companies have been entirely, it's not that I even think, I shouldn't say think. I know these companies are not what they once were, but this is ridiculous. I think that, truthfully, I think most of these companies have been gutted and replaced with woke, cheap labor. People that are more interested in the illusion of having power and control over the franchise rather than making money. And so they have basically sold out. And now what we're getting is, remember this company, Bungie? And this is the sort of diarrhea dog shit that they produce now. Ubisoft. Remember Ubisoft? They used to be a great company. Now the diarrhea dog shit they produce is Star Wars Outlaws and Assassin's Creed Shadows. I'm not a fan of this. Don't think it looks good. The movement speed, oh my god. Good Lord. It was so slow. I was like, I could probably get up and go get myself a drink. By the time the guy finishes his shot, it was so slow. And that was a criticism that people had with Concord, is that it was slow. The gameplay wasn't fun. It wasn't unique. The imagery wasn't, it wasn't immersive enough. So it would be interesting to see if this is another Concord. I don't think it's going to fail that badly because few things could. But damn. That's embarrassing. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.